Let's begin. Okay, I think. Double checks YouTube and Twitch. I think we are live, my friends. So, Sandry.
Okay, so what
All
is
right.
this picture?
So I sent you a picture, and for those that view the YouTube thumbnail, you'll see this picture I sent Sandry. So I ask you, Sandry, which voice actor, and we have met this voice actor. I'll accept character name. You don't have to actually mention the voice actor, of course, right? Which character / voice actor do you think voices that character? That character specifically is not in this game. That character is what?
I'm gonna go with the actress for Jessie.
With the who?
The voice actress for Jessie, you know, Pokemon.
No. We've met this voice actor in this game so far.
Oh.
We've met this voice actor in this game so far. And the same voice actor also voices that character.
What's her name? The main character.
The main character? You would be correct!
I was just trying to pick something that seemed like a stupid answer.
You would be absolutely correct. The main character does indeed voice Scar, the character's name is Scar, from Wuthering Heights.
I'm sorry, from what?
W-R-T-H-E-R-I-N-G, Wuthering Heights.
They're just like, fuck Charlotte Bronte then, okay?
They're just like, what?
Fuck Charlotte Bronte.
Yeah,
Wuthering Heights was the book.
Okay. But, yeah, apparently I think it's a Chinese game of some kind. Anywho, yeah, and the voice really doesn't sound much the same. So it's like, he certainly has a range. Anywho, we just finished chapter 2, which, you know, it's not exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty much like one battle per chapter / part. So when you're reading chapter 9 part 2, I'm pretty sure that meant I was in the second battle, but I don't know for certain, right? Either way,
because there's been a distinct lack of battles in my tactical RPG rather.
Yes, this is a great anime to watch, isn't it?
Does feel that way.
You see, I tricked you. We're just playing. We're just doing the anime night for this game.
That's what this is. This is a visual novel.
So you say, but there are some visual novels that are also tactical RPGs.
I know. I was thinking exactly that. The one that comes to mind is, what is it, Amazon something or other?
In a certain way, I would also count... Okay, admittedly, this is a little bit hyperbolic, right? But in a certain way, I would also count most... Oh, I believe I just got a...
Happy Pride. It's awesome to see you streaming.
Awesome! Thanks for the bits. You figured out how cheap. It only takes 1 penny to get text-to-speech on my stream. Happy Pride. Anywho, what was I saying? Fuck, I actually lost track of what the point I was trying to make.
Like visual novel.
Oh yeah, visual novel. I got it. I would actually argue, it's a little bit hyperbolic, but I would actually argue that Fire Emblem is a visual novel, a tactical RPG. Hyperbolic.
It's a stretch, but not as much of a stretch as I was expecting you to go for.
Yeah. Anywho, back to this visual novel. I mean, yeah. Really doesn't matter. Autosave, quick save, it's all the same in this case, I think.
Serenoa and his stalwart allies prove their mettle against the realm's fiercest warriors before finally facing Sir Maxwell.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
After a hard-fought match, the Dawn Spear emerges victorious once more.
All right, I have to add auto.
Though beaten in the end,
Auto is not auto.
Noah's courageous display impresses itself upon all in attendance. Any doubts concerning House Wolfort's martial might are put to rest. Thus marks an end to the tourney and the festivities as a whole. With the spirit of harmony in their hearts, the delegates of each nation make preparations for their return voyages.
Oh, Chapter 3, Part 1. So, if I reach a point where it makes sense to pause, I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay. So, just a slight reminder. Last time it was the tournament arc, like every good anime has to have, right?
Honored guests off shall be your last lordly duty this day. Now, I remind you.
It is not to be taken lightly. Worry not, Benedict. They shall be sent off with all the pomp they deserve.
You take to your new role well, Lord Serenoa.
And we learned
As I must now
Dragon
take
is
to
not
Neil.
necessarily an
Try to
asshole?
Visit me at the mines whenever you have the time.
I mean, he is, but he's also like
Farewell,
he comes by it
Frederica.
honestly.
May we never meet again.
Thank you for such a productive use of our valuable time.
Just a reminder, this guy.
I do so love interminable speeches and watching brutes play at war. Truly, the spirit of Glenbrook was on display for all to see.
Glenbrook, as a reminder, is the kingdom of this area.
Oh, but I should watch my tongue. Wouldn't want her to go whimpering to brother.
Pay my fool cousin no mind. We have work to do. Work more important than any he could hope to be trusted with.
Sick burn.
I apologize for those two. This was a fruitful day for all in attendance.
I am glad to
Remember,
hear
is
you
that
say
his
so,
sister?
General of Laura.
Okay, is who his sister?
No, that's the general. Never mind.
Yeah, that's General of Laura. That is.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
I remember her. I remember her.
She
She's
was the badass who
from
killed
it.
us in a cutscene. No, wait, it was Maxwell who killed us in a cutscene, right?
You know, she's the famous general from Ace of Frost or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. Oh, okay. I actually kind of okay. Knowing me, I have to remind. Like, I played through like this intro about like 3 different times, and only in like this time am I finally actually starting to like understand some of like the politics here, because they hit you with it. Excuse me. They hit you with a lot of it, and they just expect you to know all of it, right?
Yeah, no, I remember her. I don't remember like.
Okay.
I remember that dude who was just smarmy with us is like
These
our
two on the
new
right?
wife's like
Yeah.
like their cousin or half sister, something like that.
Okay, so oh god, she's either the
She's
half sister of the
sibling.
current
Yeah, she's
Archduke.
the half sibling of the current Archduke.
Okay, she's the half sibling of the current Archduke, and those two are the current Archduke's children.
Ah, that's what it was. So they're her niece and nephew.
Yeah.
They were also both complete jerks. Look, they made what is his name, Dragon, seem like a perfectly reasonable individual, and he's a jerk.
Yep. So I'm going to tell you this now. I know what's coming up, and if you've been paying attention, it should be slightly obvious. So I don't think I'm spoiling much. We're going to get a choice to either go to the religious Salt Nation or the Iron
Or Ace of Frost, yeah.
Ace Frost, yeah, or the Iron Knowledge Base Nation, because they actually do have like a huge knowledge base.
But
So-
no, it's the holy state of like Hyzant. Hyzant, there we go. And the Archduchy of Ace of Frost.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a choice to go to one of those two areas. We're following your path. I'm just here to play a tactical game. So like whatever choices you make, we'll do, right? So, anyway, back to Otto. Loving the recap, not confused at all. Fair enough. Oh, they seem like typical Upper Toronto rich kids.
I can't believe we lost. I thought you were supposed to be one of Hyzant's greatest warriors.
Our foe was a worthy one. It would be an honor to cross blades again someday.
No problem, I just killed a few of my
Thank you for
units
your
to fight you.
hospitality. Please give my regards to Lord Simone.
Of course, Minister.
But you gotta like how the guy who actually fought is like, yeah, no, there's no shame in losing. It was a good fight. Like, we lost because the dude is good.
The bald man also fought.
You'll find your
Yeah, but he's just like, but the dude's just like, yeah, no, we lost because he's better.
King Regna asks that you eat and drink your fill, and toast to our three nations' newfound alliance.
I'm gonna be honest, whenever I hear that the king has asked you to eat and drink your fill, it immediately makes me think the food is poison.
Your king honors us with his generosity.
Don't you love how that one guy just immediately went, "Your wine sucks. I drank a lot of it. Fuck you."
Too will no doubt be overjoyed.
Lord Wolford, I bring a message from King Regna.
Yay!
He would have you join our guests on their return voyage to serve as their envoy.
This is a great honor, my lord. You would represent our nation and speak with the king's voice.
I vow to
If
make
it
the
is
king
His
regret
Majesty's
this.
wish, it is a duty I will gladly accept. But there are 2 vessels and only one of me. Did King Regna say which of our honored guests I should accompany?
He would leave that decision to you, Lord Wolford.
Lord Falks, as representative of another of Glenbrook's high houses, will board the ship you do not.
And why was House Tellior not given this honor? Last I knew, our kingdom had 3 high houses, not 2.
Yes,
Mere fact
but
that
there's...
you whimper those words before us is answer enough.
I think he just said what you were about to say in nicer words.
Actually, no, I was just gonna be like, there's only 2 places to envoy, my man. Someone was gonna get fucked. Y'all drew the short straw probably because you're whiny bitches.
I think Moonclaw is Luna, probably. Apparently, said, I thought you said Lord Fucks, and I deadass thought it was like Slay. Yeah.
I think there was a Monty Python routine like that.
Good show at the tourney, Lord Serenoa. You truly are your father's son. The king has seen fit to leave this decision in your hands, and I shall not gainsay his wisdom.
A lord must be worldly as well as
I mean, brave on using outdated language with current language.
Thank you, Sir Maxwell, Lord Falks.
The king has entrusted this decision to you, my lord. I suppose you have an idea as to why.
Oh no!
To test my judgment.
All right. Don't fight too much.
What reason?
Indeed. We are friendly with both nations now, so neither choice will earn his ire. That said, there is no telling how these relations may change going forward. No doubt, the choice you make will have an effect on our own house's relationship with the nation you choose.
I understand. This requires careful consideration. Benedict, gather the others. I would hear
Well,
their
step 1 is,
opinions on
which
the
one
matter.
has the better romance options?
Then we shall consult the scales of conviction.
At once, my lord.
Yeah, I know which character you get on one of the routes. I have, in the couple of like test runs I have done, I didn't take the other path, but again, I'm trying not to like spoil the well as to which path I've taken.
Here's the thing: there's 2 characters that I would like. There's 2 characters I would like to grab.
Yeah, there's a character in each of those, and they mentioned that. I was going to bring that up once we got to town.
The one that I want from Aetherfrost is General of Lara, because she's awesome.
She is only available on the True Path, and I've said basically that, like, okay, we're just gonna use the system. Like when we finish the game, I think we're allowed to go to any chapter we want to. We're just gonna use that system to take the main path, like the True Path, after the game is over.
Anyway, but so I would assume that visiting Aetherfrost is a requirement for that. The other one, however, is...
Okay, I don't think so. I don't think so, and here's the reason why. All right? In like, there's like a map, right, that gets played out, and both of those lead to the same result. There's like a map of like the timeline, I guess. Do you follow what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think we have to go to Aetherfrost, but like, yeah. Anywho,
in that case, what's your name? Not the warrior dude, but the other member of the 7 that we met would be fun to pick up because mage. I like mages; they're fun.
Yeah. So you actually remember the characters that they mentioned then? Okay.
I don't remember most of their names, but I do remember many of the characters.
Yeah. Let's get. So if you saw there was like a scale on the map there, and that's to represent that there's a choice to be made, and they bring out this little scale right here.
Lord has come. 'Tis no small matter either.
And I'm going to talk over him because he's mostly going to be tutorializing in fancy language what's about to happen. Remember, we have 7 coins, right? Basically, the 7 coins represent these 7 people here that aren't the main character.
State your case before
He's going to give 1 coin to each of them, and they're going to vote on which one they want. But as the Lord, you go to them and say, hey, I want you to vote this way, and you do a persuasion system to ask them to vote a certain way. There will be extra options based off of if you talk to people and you learn something new about the world. So in the case of, like, we'll be able to say, oh, there's this other mage character over there, or oh, this other bow user character over there, right? And that might convince them to switch. I think it's also based off of what your current convictions are, which are based off the choices you've been making so far, as to whether it can be successful or not as well.
I have room for a stowaway, because I'm going to. In secret, of course. I trust the new Lord Wolfort will handle the ponderous negotiations and diplomacy with grace.
Your Highness, you cannot be...
You may stay ashore if you wish, Huette.
You know I cannot allow that. If you insist on going, then I shall attend you.
Well then, it would seem the matter is settled.
There is exactly 1 coin for each of us.
It seems fate has conspired to bring balance to our proceedings.
As everything should be.
Curious. I see it as a sign that the heavens approve of my joining you.
You are ever the optimist, my friend.
Shall we proceed, my lord? 1 coin, 1 vote.
Very well. I would hear each of your thoughts on the matter in turn. Then you shall place your coin upon the scales of conviction and illuminate the road ahead.
So, a lot of the choices are you actually persuading your friends to, do something that you want, right? All right, man. Yep. Thank you. Close. All right, so we can see, like, right now what the different people are voting, right? Right now it's 50-50 with 1 person undecided. I will tell you, at the very least, I will tell you this, Sandri, and you're gonna hate the way I word this. She is the easiest person to convince to go the route you want to go.
Is that the spy girl?
Yeah, the spy girl. every time I've talked to her and said I want to go on this route in my, in the playthrough I've gone through the furthest, she went, "Yeah, all right, let's go." I either she is just like, "We'll always vote for whatever you want, no matter what," or she's just very easy to get to vote, right? Everybody else requires, at least some form of stuff. There also is, during these sections, stuff we can find. Come on, get up. Nope. There we go. Sometimes, like there's glowy stuff on the ground that we can pick up. I think there's at least one thing in this map, so I'm going to take a look around real quick. From what little I remember. So, also, before we go too far, I did say I was going to bring this up once. War Chronicle. Notes. Yeah, okay, so... is that the one I want? Information, I think, is the one I want. Yes. Okay. So, this one talks about the holy state of Hyzant. So these 4 options, right? Or I guess these 5 options. Or maybe 6. We talked about, when we talked to each of the individual characters, the character went, I have to remember that for later, right? So one of the things remembered is the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost, and, I'll just read it here. I'm not going to read this every time, but, at least this time was the first time, let's do it, right? The Grand Duchy of Aesfrost values the freedom of all its people. Archduke Gustav instituted a system that allows anyone, regardless of their origins or social status, to succeed as long as they have the ability. This approach has helped many in the duchy thrive. The Grand Duchy is home to the Archives, a vast collection of texts. This institution of learning is the pride of Aesfrost. All sorts of ancient tomes from around Norzelia can be found here, even books containing knowledge thought lost to the ages. And this one has to deal with the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost. A smuggler has been apprehended in Aesfrost. Fleet of foot and deadly with a bow, the criminal seems to have given the duchy's constabulary quite the flight. So those 3 have to deal with the Aesfrost. The other 3 have to deal with Hyzant. So there's the Holy City of Hyzant. All citizens of the Holy City of Hyzant adhere to the goddess's teachings. There's no royalty or rigid class structure. The people are ruled by the Saintly Seven, who are headed by the Hierophant and speak with the voice of the goddess herself. All believers are treated fairly and receive equal protection of the goddess. I've just been seeing this conversation happen in the corner of my eye, and I was getting worried. Okay. The Ministry of Medicine, the finest medical facility in all Norzelia, located in the Hyzantian capital, also serves as a research facility where the best and brightest minds gather to study life and magic. They devise spells and medicine to alleviate pain or speed healing, and treat all believers free of charge, as well as Ice Mage. They say Minister Lila of Hyzant's Saintly Seven employs a handsome Ice Mage as a research assistant. Ice magic is notoriously difficult to control, making mages of this type extremely rare. So we'll be using those are our ammo to convince people to vote the way we want them to, right?
Okay. So both of these sound like places that will be incredibly easy for things to go politically wrong, because despite what was claimed about the duchy, the fact is that what we actually seen is that family gets ahead more effectively than anything else.
Counterpoint. Which guy? The guy that we're currently in the going in the mine business with.
Dragon,
if family mattered, he would actually be the Archduke, because his father was.
His father wasn't the Archduke.
Yes, it was. His father was the Archduke. As in, the line went to somebody else.
I don't think he was.
Do I have the ability to pull him up as a character? No. Path traveled. So, by the way, path traveled. Remember I said there's a story map here? And this is the story map. Oh, wait. We can talk to him. This is him, right? No, that's not him.
No.
wait, I'll say which guy. Which is this guy? Ah! King Ragnar expects great things of you, Lord Serenoa. If there's anything I can do to be of service, simply say the word. So, what conviction do you want to enhance?
Let's learn about Hyzant.
Loving that accent. Loving that accent. Oh boy, do I have many. Most of them are not what I try to do. Which one did you say you wanted? The top, bottom, middle one?
Top.
Okay. I would like to
I
hear...
only have one accent I can reliably do to the point that I can actually think in it.
I believe I made fun of that accent in one of the memes recently. She'd like to learn more about the holy state of Hyzant. I know they lay claim to the source, and thus all Norzelia salt. Okay, that's to the source. Okay. But of course, your curiosity is only natural. Thing is, your I always hate reading domain like that because it requires a second read through to Seeing as your domain shares a border with the holy state itself. Hyzant is a very devout nation that reveres the goddess of salt and her teachings. The citizens are her followers, and they are led by her oracle, the Hierophant, along with the rest of the Saintly Seven. Hyzant itself is mostly a desert wasteland, with the exception of the source. They claim complete ownership over the salt within it, declaring it to be divine boon from the goddess. Therefore making it Rosella's most wealthy and powerful nation. I heard that the people there enjoy a peaceful and prosperous lives. You heard right, but appearances can sometimes be deceiving. As you may already know, it is probably best not to take a Rosellian like Lady Federica should you choose to go to Hyzant. Pray, forgive me. I forget myself sometimes. Hope my foolish ramblings have not clouded your judgment. The decision is yours to make, Lord Serenoa, and I'm sure you will choose most wisely. Who's this guy? Well, I mean, I think you voiced this guy last time anyways, right? So... Sandry?
Sorry, I got distracted because Peanut was quoting Bioshock Remastered at me.
No, Bioshock.
Sorry, Bioshock 3. Wait, is that Infinity?
Yeah.
Sorry, Bioshock Infinity.
Sorry, the only Bioshock line that comes to mind is a master commands, a slave obeys.
Would you kindly think twice?
Anyway, Franny.
Do
you want to see his face again?
Can you say that one more time? Okay, now to see if I can actually do a voice that resembles that at all.
I don't know. I don't care. We all suck at voices.
Lord Wolford, I know your position as head of your house comes with many responsibilities. Hey, you're the one who said not to give it a fuck. But being party to Roland's fancies is not one of them. I hope you understand that. I'm gonna go with the middle one.
Roland may be a prince, but he's also like a brother to me. I swear to do all I can in service to the... What?
Is there a way I can tell him to go fuck himself? I don't like him.
The bottom one is kind of the closest to that.
Yeah, but that one's also just blatantly stupid because he's not even trying. Like, I'm not gonna lie to flip this guy off because that's just dumb. Like, he's clearly not trying. He's clearly not doing it for the good of the kingdom. He's clearly just a selfish little brat. We'll go with the second one.
All right. I've already read that, so I'm not gonna read it again.
A brother, you say? You mean to take my place as that fool's older sibling, then?
Wait, is he the prince? Just call him
a Zunt, but y'all know he clearly lacks the depth and warmth.
Okay. I wasn't going to read that fully on stream, but the text-to-speech went ahead and did that for me. Of course not. There's no way I could replace you, Prince Franny. But because you are brothers in truth, it stands to reason that you would bicker like siblings. Perhaps it'd be good for the royal family if I were to be a buffer between you two.
What a curious man you are to offer to play such a part. Do as you please. I suggest holding on tightly?
Tightly.
That is the worst fucking typeface. I'm assuming that says tightly, but it looks...
There's a tiny little cross. There's a tiny little cross. Don't you see the cross there?
But I suggest holding on lightly to his reins if you do, because that's funnier.
Alright, I think the guy is here. I think, no, I guess we can't talk to him. Let me check down here. Alright, have you made your decision about, like, who we're trying to convince? To which town we're going to?
I'm thinking of making my life more difficult than going to Hyzant.
Okay. Which is the Salt Nation.
Yes, the Holy State.
Okay.
Because the problem is that it is they're both run by dangerous governments. One is an autocracy, and the other is a theocracy. Neither of which are places that are really safe to go if you have any intention of not doing exactly what the boss wants. Frankly, a theocracy is just like an autocracy, only they also get to tell you how you're morally wrong for it.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to the people who are already voting for the one we want to go to, and they're going to state their reasons.
Lord Serenoa.
Oh, they just voiced the A press, but not actually what he said. Hyzant's Ministry of Medicine is said to be a beacon of progress to both medicine and magic. I believe we could benefit greatly from seeing the fruits of their knowledge with our own eyes. So, I will not persuade him. So that's his reason, is he wants to, see, I guess, their knowledge. Her reason, I'm just going to TLDR it. She doesn't want to go home.
I mean, that's one of the main reasons I plan to go the other option, is because as much as they may not like Brazilians... I guess that's me.
Yeah.
Until now, Frederica's position has offered her few chances to visit Hyzant. Depending on your relations with the Holy State, deepening your holy relations with your... Okay.
Hold on a second. Take a soda. Take a sip.
Deepening your relations with the Holy State would doubtless be to your benefit as well. Why not use this opportunity to let Frederica realize a long-held wish in the meantime?
Yeah. Okay. So those are their reasons.
Lock the last of the letters, so I just ended.
Yeah, it's fine. So that is their reasons. We'll start with the one who's easy, I guess.
Lord Serenoa.
Ace Frost or Hyzant makes no difference to me. Where you go, I shall follow. Still, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter, my lord. So, which one do we want to convince her to? It's Hyzant, right? Yeah, okay. They say Hyzant is the nation of salt and sand. Do you have a reason to go there? So, you saw that right there. One option got opened because we knew something. I don't remember if these are tied to convictions, though. So, which one did you want to choose?
Let's take the medicine.
Okay. The bottom one. All right. So, I will tell you, the answer you unlock is not always the answer that convinces people. All right? That is very important.
In fairness, I actually, in that case, let's just go with the middle one.
Do you want to go with the middle one?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not telling you that will or won't convince her. Like I said, I'm convinced she will always go with what you want. I am absolutely convinced she will. But I was just telling you, like,
And that's because she's a loyal retainer who understands that her job isn't to tell me what to do, but to do what I say.
wow, she does have opinions for some of them, but I've always been able to convince her. All right, so you want the middle one and not the bottom one?
Yes.
I can scarce imagine so much sand. I like to see it with my own eyes. Nor can I.
The real reason, which is one, I think it'll be slightly more dangerous than just going to a mere autocracy, and two, especially considering I'm planning to bring a Roselian, and two, I think she's still my fiance. Would really prefer not to go back home.
Nor can I, hearing it described, it sounds like something out of a storybook. I will tell you now that we've convinced her, and we've pretty much dedicated ourselves to one of these decisions. Once you attempt to convince a person, you can't attempt again, right? Even if you decide you change your mind. So now that we've locked ourselves to this, I will tell you I've always gone to the other place, not Hyzant, Aesfrost.
I was pretty sure you had.
It didn't occur to me at the time that we always get like that other character, which is they are a trap user, very effective, by the way. But I've never seen this mage, so I don't know how effective or ineffective they are. Thank you for sharing, my lord. I see why you wish to visit Hyzant. Anna is deep in thought, so now we can't convince her otherwise. We gotta convince the prince, I think?
Say.
Doubtless Aesfrost will be a close partner in the days ahead. It would be wise to see how they live, don't you think? Want to visit the holy state?
Visit the holy state of Hyzant.
Yep. What reasons have you for wanting to visit Hyzant? I love how the first answer is just because.
I think the prince might be interested in the holy quality thing.
The second one? Wait, the holy quality.
The third one, sorry.
Sorry, the third one. Okay, the society where everyone is equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly.
Indeed, they say Hyzant is a country without kings or nobles. 'Tis hard to imagine. But why imagine when we can see with our own eyes? An interesting proposal. I wonder what everyone else thinks. You've given me much to consider, friend. Just deep in thought, and see it moves him to undecided.
Listen, lad.
Can't very well say Hyzant holds much appeal to me. Sorceley and Exarm are too clever by half. I'm sure the people of Aesfrost will give a warm reception, even if their weather won't.
You're hilarious, old man.
You want to go to Hyzant, do you? Care tell me why, my lord?
Oh, there's triangle strategy. Also, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Colin.
Hi.
Alright, which decision, Sandry?
I've long wanted to visit the source. Again, no one will let me give the answer I actually want to give, so
You're trying to convince them, not necessarily the answer. Keep in mind, you're trying to convince that character.
Yeah, I know.
So,
and I'm sitting there going, I would love to be able to just give the honest answer and let the chips fall where they may, but I can't, so I'm going to be manipulative instead.
Okay. I understand your curiosity, my lord, but your union with Federica marks an important turning point. You have other chances to visit the source, and make no mistake, you won't. Right now, you should set your eyes on making your lady love happy.
I've made up my mind.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts on the matter, my lord.
That's good advice.
Eridor appears.
Point out, having given me that advice, he wants me to do the opposite.
Hello.
Lord Serenoa.
You'll notice the reason he gave is one of the reasons that I listed as why I want to go to Hyzant. I literally listed the fact.
I think he's saying more of
he
like.
doesn't want to go there.
I think he's saying more of now that you're married, you need to strengthen the relations with the other nation that you're married to. Is what he's saying.
Yes, but then he said, you should do what'll make your wife happy, and I'm like, yes, I'm trying to, but you don't want me to.
I believe you're going to be Huette.
Aesfrost's soldiers are said to be among the strongest in all Norzelia.
In case you're curious, her.
However, this is only hearsay. I mean to judge them for myself. I'm gonna go to Hyzand, I say.
Yeah. I can't rewind, but I don't know if you noticed there's a little parentheses that says, like, this one should listen to reason. In this one, all of them say that, right? But some of them will later say, this one is going to be very hard to, like, something along the lines of, this one's going to be hard to convince. So.
Skill of their mage is unequaled, definitely.
Won't you test your skill against such warriors?
Quite true.
This looks a lot like Octopath.
It's the same engine, Sandry!
I've heard this name. What magic I've seen is impressive. I can scarce imagine what a true master could do. I should like to try my hand against one in mock combat if able. My bow against their spells.
Okay.
Thank you, my lord. I suppose there may be some merit in visiting Hyzand.
Deep in thought. I think deep in thought is like your best result. It will never say you've convinced them thoroughly, right? But like, so I talked to this guy. Just a reminder, right? He's already voting the way we want, but see, this one. Oh, this one it says it may take effort, but they can be swayed. And that's just to show like what difficulty the game is assigning like it to happen. This guy, he is pretty much always like, I am firm in my in like what I want to happen. He's a hard person to convince.
Under problem character.
I guess. Anyway, we've convinced all the people we want to convince, right? So let's go ahead and get to the vote, right?
Oh, politics.
Yes.
You missed us joking that we've decided to play a visual novel.
Yes, this is a visual novel. In persuasion, convince voting, yes.
It is time to cast our votes.
Wait, are we trying to figure out who's the werewolf?
Do we journey to the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, or the Holy State of Hyzand?
Call him as sus, void him out.
Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You've convinced me.
Oh, he's not going to say it. All right, if that is your wish, then so be it. Hyzant is just as good as Aesfrost. I think the people you didn't convince just come up there with no say.
You have my vote.
Where my lord goes, I follow.
I changed my mind.
Hyzand has its charms, I admit. Charms I mean to see for myself.
Forgive me, lad.
I've been wanting to visit Aesfrost for a while.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Oh god, the coins are on fire! Quick, put it out!
The way forward is decided. We journey to Hyzant.
And apparently, whichever one you vote for strengthens your convictions. Maybe it has to do with like how you convince the people?
We have decided. We set sail for the Holy State of Hyzant.
Yep.
Whether or not it proves to be the right choice will depend on our actions. I trust in you all.
We are ready to set sail, Lord Patriot.
Very good, my lord. When you pay respects to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, remember that you do so on behalf of our king.
Lord Serenoa,
We are honored that you would choose to grace our nation with your presence.
Oh god, we have to
That
go with
said,
this asshole.
I must
Looks at
offer
the
you
guy
a
in the
warning
middle.
as well.
It may be in Lady Frederica's best interests to remain here in Glenbrook. I fear there may be some complications were she to come to Hyzant.
The subtext is they're racist!
She is
I got it.
sister to the Archduke and my betrothed besides. What complications could there possibly be?
None, if I had any say in it. However, the matter is more delicate than that.
Your lady's hair would draw attention. Unfortunately, none of it favorable.
My mother's hair. The pink locks of the Roselle. Mother once told me of how her people fled Hyzant. Then you know how the Roselle are viewed in our nation. How the gospel of the goddess regards them as sinners. Yes,
I can live with that. I'll just simply set you on fire if you disagree with me.
And I
Hey,
assure
thanks.
you, I have committed no sins. Of course, my lady. Very well then. I will do all in my power to see your visit is a pleasant one.
Don't worry, I'm intending to start an international incident.
Pray forgive my outburst.
What's to forgive? I told you, I'm planning to start an international incident on your behalf.
Still, I must ask, are you certain?
I must go. I would see
The
with my own
commentary is worth it.
see where and how my mother and her people suffered.
You know, dearest,
suffer tourism.
I'm glad to go here, but please do not act under the assumption that this is not going to become a major problem where I have to kill people because they start trying to arrest my betrothed. Because I'm going to start killing people.
By order of King Regna, Serenoa escorts their esteemed guests back home, beyond the forest and over the mountains to a vast sand-swept land. Before long, a grand wall of stone rises before them. Known as the Goddess's Shield, behind it lies the source, Nozelia's only supply of salt.
See, only supply of salt
Upon the lake
from
shore
one
of the
lake
source
in
towers
the
a
middle of a
giant
desert.
likeness of the goddess, ever watching over the flourishing city and the palace below.
Okay, I'm gonna stop
This is
the
holy
autoplay.
state of Hyzant.
I understand there has to be some suspension of belief for, like, the conceit to go forward, right? The conceit is somehow, some way, this one nation controls all the salt, but in the entire world, or at least this continent, right, it only has one place it naturally occurs. You do realize how lifeless the whole entire continent would be if that was the case, right?
You seem to be really bent out of shape about this.
Like, I agree there has to be a suspension of disbelief for any story to happen, right? Like, I think there's no doubt about that. It's just like, how lifeless would this entire continent be if there was literally only one location where the salt existed?
Well, for one thing, life would never have expanded anywhere else. You need salt. Like, you don't need a lot of salt, but you need salt.
Yeah, and salt exists in soil. Like, literally, if all of that is good farmland, dig about 6 feet down, there's going to be a layer of salt.
Like, there's a reason that animals just lick salt. It's required to live.
You say they would get salt from food, but that's not the conceit of this world.
But also that would require salt being there to get into the food. Salt doesn't just appear.
Yeah. Anywho, let's get the play button going.
So I think in context, it's not that there's no salt in the rest of the world. There's no added salt. If you want to add salt to anything,
I guess.
Because otherwise, life would never have basically flourished outside of that immediate vicinity, and in that immediate vicinity, life wouldn't flourish either because it's a fucking desert.
I had heard tales of the goddess's shield, but its grandeur surpasses even my imagination.
It protected the holy state from both Glenbrook and Esfrost during the war. None in history have succeeded in breaching it. Do you think you might fare better, Lord Serenoa?
Later in the game, yes.
I think penetrating these walls would be nigh impossible.
A most courteous answer. I should have expected as much.
Oh my, we're talking about penetrating walls, eh?
Don't promise him a good time. No, seriously, don't. He's engaged.
No, didn't you hear him laugh? He wants to have a good time. Ring, ring.
What's that sound?
It's a bell. And
this be?
They're all praying. Okay.
So, thinly veiled. Yep.
Is this the hour of worship I've heard so much about?
Indeed. Hyzantians offer their prayers up to the goddess statue every day.
Okay. Yep. The hour of
They
worship.
thank her for her
You could just
blessings,
spell it out right
for
there.
bestowing us with the
The
source,
funny thing is,
from
that's
which all
actually
Nosalia songs
also
is harvested.
pretty in keeping with Catholicism.
Yeah.
To see every citizen pray is astonishing.
It's also once a day, so. But
goddess
yes,
truly is at the
I
center
am
of all
picking up what they are
Hyzanth,
putting down.
just as the stories say.
Even so,
In case the
are
desert
none
wasn't
who
enough of a
use this
hint.
time of worship to rob their fellow citizens?
I wasn't actually sold
There are
on
none
it necessarily
so
being this
misguided
with the
among
desert
the
alone.
goddess's believers.
All Hyzantians are guaranteed food, clothing, and shelter. The Holy State has done everything in its power to eliminate poverty and ensure equality. As a result, no one envies others or craves riches for selfish reasons.
We also all have the same paycheck. The guy in the middle, yes,
If everyone
we all
knew
have the same paycheck.
There would be naught to fight about.
But achieving absolute equality is impossible.
The words of an unbeliever. The goddess showers her blessings fairly upon all who follow her teachings.
Before we visit the Hierophant, there is one thing I must tell you about Lady Frederica.
Under normal circumstances, the head of our nation would not permit an audience with one of Rosellan extract. We have explained the circumstances, however, and she has been granted special permission to enter the palace as an envoy.
It's nice to know that a political party
That
has
said,
been
we
granted
would
permission.
ask that Lady Frederica remain silent before the Holy One.
Silent? Why?
I reiterate that typically she would not be so much as allowed to attend. We ask for your understanding of our creed.
You mean to treat
That
one of
I can
Glenbrook's
make
delegates
as-
as
I
if
can
she
take
weren't
as a
even
deal.
there?
Hold on a second, what did you say?
You are here in secret.
I was like, that's fair. That I'll at least accept as a deal.
Religious creed.
It's not great, but like, I'm not gonna just be like, no, my fiance can't come. But okay, so like in the immediate vicinity.
All right.
I have no objections.
Hold on a second. I pressed the wrong button earlier when I meant to pause the autoplay. What was it that you mean treat one of the delegates from their prince roll in? You are here in secret. Would it not do for you to gainsay other nations' religious creed? Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I meant to pause it, but I pressed the wrong button earlier, so I just wanted to like reread that. Hey, my apologies, he says.
You needn't apologize. Let us do what we came here for.
We appreciate your understanding. Now then, let us show you to the palace.
Uh-oh. You think she's gonna speak up, don't you?
The Hierophant imparts us with the goddess's divine messages.
Oh, wait, who's the hell's that guy?
None are allowed to look upon the Holy One's face. None save Minister Edo.
Oh, sorry, he's the Minister
who
of
conveys
Domestic
their
what?
divine words to us.
Hold on a second. Minister of Domestic Affairs.
He looks like he's a violent thug.
I mean, how do you achieve equality when there is nobody to speak against you? Like, come on! Alright, I'm gonna let it not auto for a while.
Pardon our intrusion. Lord Serenoa Wolfort of Glenbrook has escorted us home on behalf of King Regna.
Ah, yes, that clarifies this person, does it not?
Yes. She's gorgeous.
Wait, she?
Can't you tell?
Oh, I thought it was a guy.
The Hierophant speaks to you.
That is the most not old man voice I've ever heard in my life. They gave him the voice of a 30-year-old.
The goddess keeps one ever young.
Is there anybody else in the scene?
Wolford, we thank you for your gracious gesture.
I guess the hooded one, but I don't think the hooded one's going to speak, so I'm just going to let it go back to auto.
We are overjoyed and humbled that you have chosen to grace our nation with your presence.
I am unworthy of such high praise, but honored nonetheless.
House Wolfort and Hyzant have shared a deep bond.
By the way, knowing anime, it probably is female. But
on behalf of the Saintly Seven, it is my wish that our friendship will be as strong as it was with your Lord Father.
But of course, I strive to one day measure up to his greatness.
You will also, in time, succeed Lord Simon as advisor to the mining venture, I hear. The Hierophant would hear your true thoughts on the endeavor.
Okay. What are your true thoughts on becoming the overseer?
Peace between the three nations.
First one.
I think it a significant stepping stone toward peace between the three nations.
A safe reply, to say the least, Lord Serenoa.
It is an ideal that I can only hope is shared by all those involved.
If I might ask, what is the ideal to which the Holy One aspires?
I would share the goddess's blessing with all of Norzelia. The Holy One wishes for a world where people are equal.
God damn it, she's gonna say
The
something.
goddess always watches over those who believe in her. May you all receive her divine protection.
You think she is going to say something?
I apologize for visiting you in
She's
secret.
talking about equality.
There's something I must ask you. I have heard that the people of Hyzant live in equality. They say the goddess showers blessings upon those who follow her teachings. But is that the only reason?
Oh, a studious one you are, Prince Roland.
Okay, I didn't see this one
Regna
coming.
has raised you well. Of course, the goddess's teachings are at the core of the equality our citizens enjoy.
But there are many measures taken by the Holy State to ensure the happiness of our people.
Minister Lila's Ministry of Medicine, which dedicates itself to the study of preserving life, is another example of this. The results of their research have allowed many people to overcome illness and injury and live long, healthy lives.
Fascinating. I would like to hear more about Hyzant's medical discoveries.
I see we managed to pique your interest. Minister Lila, I leave our guests in your capable hands. Pray, show them around the ministry and let them admire Hyzant's pursuit of life and magic.
Okay. Optional quit. Side events, which, remind you, is not a battle. This is a great anime to watch, isn't it, Sandry?
I swear, this is a fucking visual novel. So in the meantime, I'm also figuring out what I'm going to have for dinner and ordering it.
Brother, where is Roland? I've yet to see him.
It's been an hour. How many battles have we been in? Okay, so the princess is asking, where's Roland? Have you seen him today?
And you shan't, for he has left. Took it upon himself to join the mission abroad.
He did? I see.
Again, prioritizing his personal wishes above his station. Is there no end to his selfishness?
You haven't any love for him, have you?
Love. I would rather think of him as little as humanly possible.
How can you say that? He's family.
Royal family, and our duty is to the crown above all. Do not look to Roland for inspiration if you wish to carry yourself in a manner befitting your station, dear Cordelia.
I believe he just told the princess to shut up and let the men do the work.
Possibly, or at the very least, to give up on having any sort of sense of self or joy.
Yeah.
Look, a Rosellan. I heard she's an envoy from Glenbrook.
Be that as it may, is her kind even allowed to enter our halls?
I can only assume she received
it's
special
stabbing
permission
time.
since Minister Lila's showing her around.
Ironic, considering the wishes of us researchers are hardly ever granted.
I don't know if you noticed, but halfway through the conversation, she looked over, indicating that she heard the conversation, then her head looked down.
What a splendid facility you have here. I can see why your nation excels in the medical arts.
Normally, only ministry staff are allowed in. Having outsiders view our work is unprecedented.
We cannot thank you enough for your generosity.
If I heard correctly, it sounds like you are researching life itself.
That we are. In order to cure illnesses and injuries, we must set our sights high.
Even illnesses deemed uncurable in other nations?
There is no miracle panacea in this world, but we like to think nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible?
And would you be willing to share those results with others, should you achieve them?
If you believe in the goddess's teachings, yes. At least, that is what I would expect the Holy One to say.
Minister Lila, the preparations for the experiment are complete.
My apologies, but I must get back to work. You are free to take a look around. However, I ask you to not enter the restricted area.
Oh, if the door's there, I walk. Let's see, this guy speaks again.
Of course. Nothing is free in the Ministry, nor anywhere in Hyzant.
Ooh. Well, we don't get a profile for him, but I don't know. That's a unique model. He might be a recruitable character later.
And of course, when people are forced to adhere to teachings, there are some who will resist.
Does it occur to him that he's saying this out loud adjacent to a delegation party? Or do you think he's saying it out loud because he's adjacent to a delegation party?
I'm going to go with the second one.
Okay.
Who might you be?
Just a researcher, nothing more.
I don't have a profile for you, so I believe you.
What was his problem?
Serenoa, I could use some fresh air, if you don't mind.
What's that? A Rosellan going all by herself in this town? Sure.
Let's take a break outside.
How are you faring, Frederica? Sandry!
Better than before, thank you. But I should like to rest in the shade.
But of course, rest as long as you like. Should take a moment to get to know the city. Yes, merchants, thank you. Now stock there.
I always knew that the goddess and her followers looked upon the Rosella with disdain, yet I cannot help but worry for my people.
Immediate choice.
I'm gonna go with that last one.
I find it difficult to understand why, in this nation that touts equality, the Roselle must suffer such discrimination. Sandra, you're Frederica.
Sorry. I suppose my ancestors did something unforgivable that we have yet to earn the goddess's forgiveness.
But the Roselle who committed those crimes have long since passed. In House Wolfert, people are judged by their deeds and not the circumstances of their birth. Neat. What's this guy say? Dude, do we want to enter the Ministry of Medicine?
Sure.
Alright. Oh, it's this place. An ice amulet? Ooh.
Because when I think Desert Nation, I think ice amulet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what the hell? How do I get down? How do I get there? There we go. An ice stone. Under the bed. They claim the city is peaceful, but there are soldiers apparently in the streets and ministry. It really makes one wonder. I hope for the guys I'm not voicing, you're either getting what you want out of them or reading them fast enough. Yep. Salmon locked. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just skimming.
Yeah. May unlock the ability of immortality one day. Okay, sure. That's locked. Oh my! You want to know how it's a locked door? When you get close, the lock glows. Oh, wait, I think I saw an item here. Yeah, okay. Treatment notes. Sorry, I'm just making sure I don't miss anything here. I think I saw something there. 600 money! Man, people are just leaving money at this fountain for no discernible reason. Yoink. I just stole somebody's lunch money, didn't I, Sandry?
Probably. I hope you're proud.
Very much so. It's money in my pocket that I can go to a merchant for. Oh. Oh, right. Just talking to people raises your convictions, too. I forgot about that. It's all about the actions you do and stuff like that. Anyway, it's rare for foreign dignitaries. Looking around. Neat. You want to be Hewitt?
From the source to the shield and the thriving city between them, I could scarcely decide what has me most impressed. I can only imagine the people feel the same way, judging by the smiles on their faces.
By the way, in case if it looks like suddenly I take a really weird turn, that's because there's weird stuff with the camera angle this game has chosen and directional inputs not always matching like the direction I've pushed. Damn it! Neat. You named your wall the goddess's shield. Can't wait for me to take that down with a ballista. All right, so merchants are only like if we want to buy these items, we have to buy them while we're here. By the way, I don't think necessarily merchants sell them for cheaper, but I think that in some cases that might be the case. So, if we want these guys, you know, ice stones, fire stones, thunderstones, windstones, right? If we want any of these, we have to buy them in like this section of the game. There's no going back to this merchant.
So, do we have any idea which of those are which? Like, do any of those are useful?
They are all useful. They allow anybody to cast a spell, right? It depends on what convictions you get, because what characters you recruit is based entirely on what your convictions are. But I know for a fact there is a character that I have picked up in my playthrough, in my original playthrough, they have the ability to throw these items at an extended distance. But also, just a reminder, there's extra of these, which are independent of the ironstone, timber, and fiber that are sold inside our personal shop.
Okay. Let's start with figuring out how many of those gems we need.
These gems? These are just for casting spells, basically.
Okay. Are they ever used for upgrades or just for casting?
Just for casting, as far as I can tell. Fire.
We're hopefully getting an ice mage. Hopefully. We have a fire mage.
And I did tell you there's that one character who uses these to great effect.
Yes. Who we may or may not be able to get.
Yeah.
I
mean, the only thing I would recommend definitely is just maybe like buy out their upgrade materials.
Are those limited supplies? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's...
We now have a little bit more money than we had before.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy them all, or...?
Yeah, let's buy them out.
Alright. Like, that's about the only one I would definitely recommend if you have the spare change, is buy out the upgrade materials. Because again, we can't go back to this, this merchant after the section of the game is over. Alright, as for the rest, I don't know. It's kind of expensive for how much money we have left. The HP recovery pellets.
Yeah.
Oil jug, very useful for fire shenanigans.
We do have a fire mage.
I mean, just tell me how much you want to buy of what.
Let's buy a couple of windstones.
Alright.
A single thunderstone. And 2 oil jugs.
And now we have basically no money left. Yep. What does this guy say? Oh, okay, this guy actually says something interesting. The source, can't say I know much about it. It's a sacred place that a select few are allowed to enter. I sense shenanigans. As in, that does not pass the smell test, does it, Sandry?
It does sound sketchy.
Yeah. Could the streets really be that safe in a city this wealthy? I wish I could say the same of Glenbrook. Speaking of which, we should get ourselves some souvenirs before we head home. I'm sure your father'd be happy to know you thought of him.
I'll give him an explosive that detonates into a cloud of wind.
You. I want to talk to you. Interesting. Must be nice to have the freedom to go to somebody else's nation. The goddess's teachings condemn the Roselle to back-breaking labor at the source to atone for their crimes of their forebears. I know it is the way of their nation, and yet it doesn't sit well with me. Pray, take care of...
And suddenly we see this in a different light.
Pray, take care of Lady Federica. I have no doubt this weighs the heaviest upon her.
This is just classic slavery tactics.
It's called debt labor, God.
It's just a way of justifying slave labor.
Mm-hmm.
We're back to just classic humanity.
But don't worry, the goddess is on their side. You're Gila.
Do we have any idea what this person sounds like?
I mean, you know this person.
I do not remember. Oh, sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. She looks like what?
She's the friend. She's the advisor
I
to.
do not remember her looking near. I did not think she looked nearly that young. Holy shit!
At no point did I ever pull up her image. To be fair.
Yeah, holy shit. She looks really young to be a tutor. In Hyzanth, the goddess's teachings determine where you work.
That's very old voice for a young tutor.
Look, I only have so many voices I can even remotely do.
I mean,
even at the Ministry of Medicine, you're only allowed to research subjects decided by the goddess. But I cannot deny this. Do you mind? I'm in the middle of reading. Did you hear the end of a sentence?
You okay, Gila? You okay, Gila?
Anyway, though I cannot deny the significance of their results.
It's a cat! Pet the cat. Okay, I've pet the cat. I have successfully done a 100% cat run so far. Oh, okay. That was actually something important. Apparently, there is some discord in between the ministers. I'm going to point out, the guy who's in charge of domestic affairs is also in charge of the military.
I mean, that does suggest where their primary concern lies.
So, Minister Exarm is always thinking ways to make our nation even greater. Oh, you're not going to say it again, whatever. Who's this guy again? Ah, yes, this guy.
He looks like a complete jerk.
And yet he was the guy who was like, no, they won fair and square, remember?
True, but he looks...
Everyone in Hyzant.
Remember, he looks extravagant is actually the word I was thinking more than...
Everyone in Hyzant knows the goddess's teachings. Obey the teachings and serve your nation, and you shall receive the goddess's blessing. It is not wealth that drives Hyzant, but the faith and happiness of her people. Suddenly, this is recontextualized after we talked to the other guy, isn't it?
What is it that brings the people happiness?
But what is it that brings the people such happiness? I thought the answer was different for everyone. The answer is simple, my dear boy. The following of the teachings. Do so and you shall be blessed by the goddess herself. All who live in Hyzant can see the happiness that comes with those blessings. I see. Thank you, Minister. Do the Saintly Seven have the people completely under their thumb?
Yes. After all, their Minister of Domestic Affairs also is in charge of the military.
Let's see here. This guy, Sorceley's guard captain. Stay away from the source. All right. This guy, Sorceley. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I think I know what voice I gave him. As one of the Saintly Seven, I manage the production and shipment of salt. That is to say, I single-handedly bear the burden of Hyzant's finances. I can only imagine I was bestowed with such a venerable position in recognition of my unwavering faith to the goddess.
You know, whenever someone talks about their unwavering faith in their god, that makes me think that they have other things that they're interested in than faith.
Minister Sorceley oversees all of Hyzant's dealings in salt, the foundation of their nation's wealth. It is a crucial job even among the Saintly Seven. Okay. What do you guys have to say? Yeah, we can't enter the source. What did... Face? Him! Thank you! Turn back. Yeah, okay. It's telling us we can't go to the source. You can't stop me. I just gotta go between the seams, right? Right, Sandry?
Sure.
Alright, I think we've talked to everybody in both zones. Is there a third zone we can go to? Not everyone is happy with the Hierophant, though I do not understand why. How is this between just you and me, by the way? I think it's pretty obvious. I guess I think we've explored in all the areas we can get to.
Cool. Hopefully we can go kill something now.
No, I'm gonna recheck this place again. Because this place is actually kind of hard to see, like the little shiny bits where stuff is. I swear I saw one there. It really doesn't help that a lot of stuff in this room just shines on its own, too. Because what I'm looking for is like, you know, small little sparkles on the ground, because that dictates what you can... If there's a thing you can pick up. Alright, I think we've done everything. Include. Best regroup with the others, he thinks to himself.
We got our hands on a fine souvenir, thanks to Lady Frederica.
It is quite the feat indeed. Serenoa has terrible taste when it comes to gifts.
Thank you indeed, Frederica.
Actually, it just occurred to
It was
me.
my pleasure.
For Frederica's tutor, would it be better to say she's a lady in waiting?
Should we ask
I
Minister
think that's
Lila
better.
about what ails Lord Simon?
No. Even now, Lord Simon commands great influence. We cannot let others know about his condition.
I understand.
No,
Not even
no.
our allies can know of our weaknesses, lest they use them against us.
But they...
Indeed. We cannot risk exposing ourselves to such danger for the young
Stop.
lord's sake as well.
Stop the auto. Damn it. Okay, I wanted to say this earlier, right? But, shall we tell the docs that something ails this guy's father? No, we shouldn't, because they can use it in politics against us. I hate that answer so much. Do you hate that answer? Because I do. Sandry?
I mean, I get both sides.
I guess, but like... Okay, so he does command a presence, but at the same time, he is no longer the Lord. Ugh! It kind of bugs me a bit.
What was that?
It appears there is a stir around the ministry.
I shall investigate.
The spy is going to go investigate.
Anna, what happened?
Some researchers at the ministry ran off with its secrets.
To think my ministry was infiltrated by unbelievers.
Unbelievers?
Heathens who reject the goddess's teachings.
At their head is a researcher named Plinius, who escaped with some of our most valuable findings. You must retrieve these documents for us, Exham.
Consider it done. But they could be anywhere in town by now. I will need all the eyes I can get on the lookout.
Okay, I'm going to pause here, because I'm going to go into this log here.
You must retrieve these documents for us, Exham.
Exham.
You must retrieve these documents for us, Exham.
Exham. The A, I guess the R is silent? The R and the E at the end?
That is a choice.
I must remain here at the ministry. Their spies may still be among us.
Minister Exham, we would be happy to be of service.
And he said Exham as well.
We are in your debt, Lord Sarah.
His name is Exham.
The men we pursue are researchers, proficient in the arcane arts. The insight of one versed in their ways would be invaluable to us.
Take Corentin with you. He is one of my most talented researchers.
Ah, he's the Ice Mage.
Corentin, you are to go with House Wolfort and help them retrieve our research from Plinius.
As you wish, Minister.
Please just note they're entrusting
All right,
the
my
foreign
friends,
diplomats
the
with
pursuit
retrieving their
begins.
secrets.
We at least get to do something? Alright. Yep. I think this is the first battle that we can actually have units that aren't in the fight. No, they're all in the fight. No, they're not all in the fight. Okay. So you'll notice we have 2 characters that can't join this fight. Or we have 6 out of 7 characters deployed, so we only have 1 character who can't join this fight. So I guess it sets us up with 2 that aren't in the fight naturally, and we get to make a choice. So the question is...
Archer.
Okay.
I won't let you down.
Alright, I mean, you made that choice. Do you want to switch anybody else out or no?
No, I'm gonna stick. Actually, can we switch out Bernard for the tank?
Benedict, I mean? You're talking about this guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want him, you want him?
Isn't he the one with the taunt?
I mean, yeah, but it's highly ineffective in a lot of situations.
Leave him out.
Leave him out? Okay.
Understood.
If you're worried about people getting behind, there is a system in this game where you can replay old battles or just do like a preset battle, with like a unique victory condition. I will see if there's at least time to at least bring it up before the end of the game, before the end of the session today. Okay. So now let's see here. What do we got? We got... Okay, so we got a few units in the middle and a lot of units on the right-hand side. Okay. I think I want the bow... Oh, I don't think I can get up there. Okay, because I can't get up there, I don't want the bow user on the right-hand side. I do want her on the left-hand side, because I think there's going to be, like, this spot right here that's a good sniping point. As for Anna... Who do I want over here? We got Corentin, who outlevels most of our team. And we've got X-Arm, who... I don't know about you, but it seems like he's lost a lot of HP since we last killed him.
I think you may be right there.
Actually, a better question is, which side should we put the healer on? Probably on the right-hand side. I think that's going to be where the brunt of our HP loss is going to come from. So swap those 2 around. And I think Benedict will be more effective on this side, and I'll take Anne over there. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Let's go. System save. Oh, that reminds me. We did buy a bunch of equipment, and I'll show you. Remember that encampment we talked about? We just make pause and run to our encampment.
Okay, that's fine.
We got a couple new characters. This one right here is that one I talked about. She will be voiced later, but like her whole deal is, she runs the tavern. And when you're doing stuff at the tavern, you have time to, like, talk about old battles, stuff you would have done better, and, like, that apparently somehow, some way, gives you, experience, you know, like, that is their conceit for, like, you doing old battles, right? And so this is how we will be, like, leveling up, characters who are behind, and if you look, we actually get to see rewards, so maybe, like, say, we're short 1 iron, and we don't have the money for it, we would do Beset by Brigands, get 1 iron as a reward, double thumbs up, right?
Indeed.
And these 2 battles right here are like battles like a special victory condition of some kind. So this one, it says your troops are divided into 2 regiments. Think carefully about how you approach before deploying. You know, they're side battles, but they are battles that I will probably do off stream. But if we want to just like not go to the next chapter and we want to level up characters and just talk about random stuff, we can also do that too. This is the guy who levels up our weapons. We did get a bunch of materials. Who all can level up there? Okay, so everybody but the main character can level up something right now. I'm going to tell you outright, if we're leveling up her, she gets weapon damage up because she's allowed to attack twice.
Oh, yes, please. Let's take some of that.
All right.
I will take some of that.
And now we're out of money.
Okay, I will take double damage.
We also got this character, I think. So what this character does is he runs a sundry shop. We can do promote classes whenever like they are high enough level, right? Unlike other games, there's really only one path as far as I can tell each character takes. They're already set on their path. There's no choice to make. It's just when do you make that switch, right? I think in general the answer is as soon as you possibly can. Because I have a feeling like they all the better ones to just have better stats and better upgrades. So you know he does that, but he also has the trade post. Remember, whenever we did battles, right? We earned kudos. Kudos are spent on this guy. Right now we can only really afford these down here, which are lore stuff. And as always, lore stuff is not optional. We are buying it all.
Because it may turn out to have practical use.
Mm-hmm. At some point, I plan on actually reading it. That's kind of why, to be honest. But we didn't have enough kudos right now. But we could if we like. We probably will have enough after this battle. And these aren't like tomorrow he'll have a different set. He has one set of items. We buy him out. We buy him out permanently, right? So Quietus points or Quidius points or however you pronounce it are just a special battle only currency. You know, like a one-time per battle currency that you use on ultimates for lack of a better word, right? So this ultimate is move an ally's turn to directly after your turn. This ultimate is recover an ally's HP by 50%, heal the status elements, and restore their lowered stats to normal, right? And the more Quietus points you have, I think it is like the more you just the more times you can use said ultimates. So anyway, until next time. That's all I wanted to show you was that. Okay, now we're done with pausing. We're back to the battle. And yes, I could have, if I wanted to, in that moment, gone to a side battle, then come back here. It is quite hilarious when you think about it.
Okay, I love that concept. Can you do that in the middle of a fight, or only at the beginning?
Only at this menu. I am going to save again, though, because we did upgrade her, and I think that was, like, I don't think we want to undo that. Looks like it kept our unit placement, so let's begin the battle. I'm just going to point out, we're mostly level 2 and 3, and the game's like, recommended level 4.
Linnaeus, give yourself up. There is no escape for heathens like yourself.
Just a reminder, that guy said it. I really can't get over how, like, I just feel like that voice is not this image of this character.
No, that image looks way
to steal
more.
our nation's secrets is a grave crime. One I know you have not forgotten.
So I'm just getting some sugar-free lemon drops because I guess my throat's a little bit itchy.
This research is my life's work. I have poured my blood, sweat, and tears into it. What is so wrong with treating it as my own?
Yeah. Because we're a theocracy, and so fuck you.
Plinius, such an untainted passion for knowledge cannot hope to survive here.
I had heard that Hyzant was a land without strife. It would seem that was too good to be true. We mustn't allow Plinius and his lackeys to get away! After them!
My turn.
What do I got here? Do you have the ability to go invisible yet? No. And even if I go here, not enough range to throw poison.
I see. So ice heeds your call.
Haven't we met before? What is your name?
I'm no one of note, I'm afraid. You must have me mistaken for someone else.
That means there's something special going on.
Charge!
I think I'm going to try to entice these guys to get up this way first.
You leave me with no recourse.
This battle is ours.
I needed that.
From where shall we strike?
Let us pry out their weakness. Let us steel our defenses.
Plus, he has Bulwark now, which means he's a tank, right?
Definitely.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Shall we begin?
Oh. I can't control them. Well, you're dead.
Where was I?
Deal ice magic damage to a single enemy, have a chance to silence them for 2 turns, and freeze the ground. I'm tempted on that silence attack.
They have a mage?
Yeah, that's a mage character.
Then yes, silence would be good.
Not miss. Yes, very effective.
And he was silenced. So this is something that so it said it froze the ground. Casting an ice attack on a freezable square will freeze it. Though there are exceptions to this rule, squares that are frozen reduce the mobility and accuracy of any unit standing upon them. Frozen tiles can be melted by fire attacks, though there are exceptions.
Your orders?
One, two, because she can't get to, here.
For victory!
Okay, this guy can come in and attack. I'm just wasting 2 turns to basically wait for one guy to move forward, you know?
Time to take flight.
Very well then. From where shall we strike?
Okay, you're gonna need to move forward. Especially if we want to try to save that one guy. But the thing that it didn't tutorialize, it's doing it now. Now that we've melted the water, it has puddles. Puddles will form when it rains. A fire attack's cast on snow or frozen squares, and ice attacks cast on squares set ablaze, with exceptions. The effects of lightning attacks will travel through puddles, damaging all units upon standing upon them. So, terrain management is a huge feature apparently in this game.
Realize the gulf between.
Neat. He's dead. My dude, you're going to die! I'm trying to entice the enemies to come towards us, and yet this guy is like, charge! Forward! Further away from the healer!
I shall try my level best.
Did this guy actually go and he just... Okay, he's 4 turns away from this one. I will once more not do a thing in an attempt to get this guy to move forward and attack.
My turn.
Why?
I won't lose.
Fuck it. Just don't be under attack with like 4 of them. Get close enough so that way next round you're good.
Here I come.
Yeah, none of those will hit.
They have to survive. Take this.
God, who would have seen that coming?
Forward.
For fuck's sakes. Guess I will charge forward like an idiot.
It is time to strike.
Delightful.
Oh, whoops. Well, whatever.
I will end this. With the powers in me, it worked. We will make our ideals reality.
I shall do what I can.
You go forward, since apparently the only thing they're going to do is attack these guys and nobody else.
This will help.
How annoying. Your lifeblood shall taint. This was destined to occur.
Oh no, he's almost dead! Who would have seen that coming? This guy has basically no movement, doesn't he? In turn. Oh, they have healers. Neat.
My turn.
Charge! You don't stand a chance. Did you see that?
With how, like, unaggroable these enemies are, I'm not taking a risk. If I see a kill, I'm taking it.
I mean, that's fair.
Now!
My pride is my shield.
For my kingdom!
But, like, it wasn't just me, right? These guys are basically unaggroable.
It's kind of annoying to have a character with a taunt and then have the taunt be sort of worthless.
Well, it's not even the taunt. I was in the range. I was purposely moving these characters in the range of enemies, and they decided to wait or move away. All of them. These guys are basically unaggroable. Item. Here, live, you son of a bitch.
Use this.
My wounds are soothed.
Come on, look, no, that way, thank you.
They have to survive. You will regret ridiculing me. The price for such insolence is your life.
Oh no, what are you going to do? Freeze me? At me?
I shall try my
It would be a shame if I just now gave the character a buff. Let's have you move here and give Raging Beast to. I think he's going to be a better person to give Raging Beast to.
It is time to strike.
Ready for more.
Come on, there we go.
I will end this.
1, 2, 4. I think there. No, I can go one space further back.
With the powers in me, it worked.
And yes, I get that that guy is a healer, but not all of them are.
Let me heal your wounds. Be at ease. Thank you.
Shall we begin? There's no joy in an easy victory.
I think. Damn. Well. No.
I feel stronger already.
Now then, to work.
Do you have the ability to cast magic this round? Yes, you do.
You're joking. Down with you. A fine result.
Man, this guy, for being like one of the Saintly Seven and a badass warrior, really sucks, doesn't he? His AI is pretty bad. My AI is bad? So mean! Alright. Is this the limit? Yeah, that's the limit. Alright. You're gonna live. Let's make it to where you can't move.
You'll get no mercy from us.
And the status effect didn't happen.
They have to survive. Out of my way!
take me?
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Yeah, no. I'm putting him right in the middle of a bunch of people. Raises defense.
Stay composed.
I fight for peace.
I will end this.
God, I love how fast this character is. He managed to get 2 turns before this battle mage got 1.
Murder, 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 murder.
This is the end.
What's even better is she could probably get to somebody else and start murdering. Like, say, maybe get up here, throw poison on some guy I hate. I think the guy who has debuffs on him.
This'll hurt.
And he's poisonoed.
Cool heads shall prevail. Be at ease.
This will help.
So, it falls to me.
Oof. That's actually a really dangerous spot to use ice. Because ice punishes the characters who are on it, and I'd be punishing... It said it's accuracy, right? Is what Frozen did. It was accuracy.
Possibly.
2 hit minus 10%. I think, yeah, I think I'm just going to attack him.
I won't lose.
Oh, my good healer friends. You did what we in the professional biz like to call fucked up.
Brace yourself. Yes.
I struck true.
It was a trap. No, I don't think they actually planned it that way. Oh, good. He's a healer who moved far enough away from the accuracy-reducing terrain. Thank you. Oof.
We mustn't let our guard down.
I think going for the kill is more important than healing right now.
Defeat is not an option.
Okay, so that healer... How low are you looking? And the healer and that guy look about equal. Just in terms of effort it'll take to kill him. Let's go for that guy, the healer. Delay his turn, whatever.
I'll make this quick.
You leave me with no recourse. Take this!
Allow me.
One, two, three, 4, and that should be good enough to do what I want to do, which is knock that guy down.
Heed my call.
I need a healer.
No, you don't. You're fine. Actually, you might. When's the actual healer going to go? Turn 4? And turn 3's that guy. Nah. Get downed.
Allow me. It's over.
I love the very, like, unenthusiastic swing.
What? Enthusiastic swing?
She doesn't,
What?
like, flail at him. She just kind of swings your sword very, like, just swing.
It's just... Aw, man, that is such a tease. Only 1 HP left. Whatever.
Leave it to me! Yes!
For the future of House Wolford.
Let me stand here, because I think that'll stop anybody... I think that'll stop most attacks from landing on her, if both of those decide to gang up on her.
Shall we begin?
None of them can reach her. Main character is healable and in the most danger.
Be at ease.
This will help.
Where was I?
Okay, well... Oh, right, you can't attack anybody because you're out of the squares. You're squareless! Yeah, that guy's at 1 HP. This guy is not.
It ends here!
And I think that was a justified enough reason to do it the way I did it.
It isn't over yet.
Ooh, high ground and a spot you can't counterattack. This is going to be worth 2 kudos.
I will fight to my last breath.
Defeat is not an option.
Oh, this actually reduces turn to turn 9. Neat.
I need a healer.
No, you don't. You're fine.
I'll take this.
By the way, I am absolutely pissed that I had to waste a large HP recovery pellet on the NPC who did nothing but run into battle and pretty much off himself.
I will end this.
Yeah.
Because that's 500 gold that I could have used right now.
You could have just let him die.
I could have, but honestly I couldn't. Who's next to go that matters? I don't think you can reach anybody. The healer doesn't need a buff. I guess, Roland gets a buff.
It is time to strike.
Ready for more.
Now then, to work.
Yeah, like, he can get here, but oh, he actually can hit somebody. Neat.
That didn't work.
I shall do what I can. Be at ease.
You have my thanks.
Charge!
Well, if I would have known Roland was forced to stand there, I probably wouldn't have done it this way, but whatever.
You don't stand a chance.
You leave me with no recourse.
Ha!
This isn't good.
From where shall we strike?
Time to work.
And throw poison.
Suffer.
Allow me.
High ground and follow-up attack. Nice.
Kid.
Let me show you what I've learned. With the powers in me. It worked.
I shall try my level best.
Roland's going next. I guess I'll just make it to where she has some armor.
Our defenses.
This is
my turn. You don't stand a chance. I grow ever stronger.
Time for some research.
You understand, don't you, Corentin? You must let me go.
I'm gonna go with no on this one.
As a fellow researcher, I understand your plight. Even so, I cannot condone this.
Let me heal your wounds. Be at ease.
My apologies.
One step closer to our hope. It isn't over yet.
Well, I just accidentally killed Huette.
I can still fight. Freeze! The fine result.
For the honor of House Wolfort. Wait your turn.
Time to work.
Okay, she's level 4. What are the characters we have? He's level 4. She's level 3. Okay, so looks like the ones who have to absorb the last damage is the mage, who is back there. All right, well, the mage is going next. So, get in his backside. And end your turn.
At this rate,
End your turn.
Time for some research.
He will live.
I see through you.
Get frozen.
You're joking.
For victory!
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Well, set you up for a massive AoE on all of us. Why not?
Shall prevail.
allow me. I can keep fighting.
I will end this.
From where shall we strike?
Allow me. With the powers in me.
Wait!
We can win this!
My goddess! I'm not your pawn, I am merely...
I will do what I must.
She learned Flame Shield!
What did you hope to do with our secrets? Sell them for riches?
No. We wished only for freedom in our research. Knowing we would be granted no such liberty here, we were left with no choice.
I see. You rebel against her teachings, as I suspected. Take them away. You have our gratitude, Lord Serenoa. We could not have apprehended the heretics without you.
What will happen to them now?
Death.
They will be punished for their wrongdoings, of course.
In the salt mines of death.
Defying the goddess's teachings is the most grave crime one can commit in Hyzant.
I see now. Equality here stems from their thorough elimination of heretics.
You did
Well,
Corentin.
is he wrong?
For your efforts, you
I mean,
deserve a reward.
It is a theocracy.
If you insist, I do have a request. I would like permission to embark on a journey. I wish to learn more about the medicines of other lands.
Greater knowledge of medicine would prove useful in our studies of life. I will consider it.
Yay!
We will take our leave here.
Master Corentin, thank you for your help today.
There's something I would speak with you about. Do you have a moment?
By the way, I never
This
believed in
place
the
is too
goddess.
conspicuous. Let us talk elsewhere.
It is too conspicuous?
You wish to leave Hyzant?
Yes. I wish to study magic, not medicine.
But just before, you spoke of wanting to observe medical treatment in other nations.
Lying.
Merely a pretense to gain permission to leave.
No, it's not lying. It's a
We
pretense.
cannot research freely in Hyzant. We are simply tasked with fulfilling our designated roles. Furthermore, no matter how revolutionary our discoveries may be, the world at large will never know them.
You mean to say you tire of Hyzant's secrecy?
You're not much different than those so-called heretics, then. Could it be you feel some connection with them?
To tell the truth, I was well aware of Plinius' plan. But I was a coward. One who could neither stop nor join
Be
them.
fair, you did stop them.
And because of it, I ended up capturing those with whom I sympathized. I wish never to feel this way again.
And thus you mean to leave the Holy State entirely?
Yes, I have no intention of returning to the Ministry. Which is why I must ask if you would allow me to journey with you, as a member of House Wolfort.
Yeah, sure. Arrests him on the spot.
Traitor! We'll
My
turn you
lord,
over in
while
exchange
he
for
may be a
forgiveness for the
unique
Rosella.
character, he undoubtedly possesses a great understanding of the arcane.
There is one thing I must know. Would you be troubled traveling alongside my betrothed, knowing her heritage?
Not at all. I'm abandoning Hyzant, and the goddess's teachings with it.
Yep, I no longer believe everything I was taught since I was young.
On the contrary, Lady Frederica's magic fascinates me. I would love to learn more about it.
But of course.
I want to burn things.
Welcome to our ranks, Corentin. Pursue your studies to your heart's content. I only ask that you put them to use on House Wolfort's behalf.
Of course. You have my thanks, Lord Serenoa.
We got Corentin, Sandry.
Cool. Shiny Ice Mage.
Mm-hmm. Side quest!
Thalus, how does Dragan fare?
As blustery and boastful as ever, brother. He is simply beside himself that his contributions to the mine have been recognized.
So he has achieved a measure.
By the way, do you like this guy's throne room?
Perhaps I underestimated him.
I do
What
appreciate
concern
it.
is he of ours? He is Farag's son and of thinner blood.
They outright have
We are
lava
not
flowing through the
Glenbrook
streets
or
of their
Hyzant,
town.
Thalus.
Literally.
In Esfrost, a man is judged for his deeds, not his pedigree.
And yet you have appointed me Prime Minister, have you not?
I have given you an opportunity, brother. Do not be mistaken.
I guess this guy is
If you
his
wish to
brother.
keep your position, prove to me you are deserving.
So I guess they were siblings?
Understood, brother mine.
Dear brother, do with Thalus as you please, but I bid you be wary of Dragan and Svarog. I've reason to believe they've designs on higher seats.
If they mean to overthrow me, then let them try. I shall relish the opportunity to crush them.
You know, like he's like, but you made me prime minister. It's like, yes, I'm giving you a rope to hang yourself, idiot.
Hmm.
It's time we head home. You aren't forgetting anything, are you, my lord?
Let's see here. We got one mage, check. The two mages now look at each other. Which one did he forget?
Arador, I told you. I'm not a child anymore.
I'm sorry, my lord. Whenever I see your face, I can't help but think of the lad I once knew.
Can you not lower your voice? You'll
That's why you
disturb the whole
decided to
city at this
just tell me that you were going to tell me to go fuck myself, and you would vote for what you
Wolford
wanted.
certainly is lively.
So,
Indeed.
I did say the other character we got. The other character is, he's a bow user, but he has like traps he can lay down, and I found those to actually be pretty interesting.
As am I.
I do not know if we'll run into him today, but there is... The only reason I was apprehensive of ever picking this guy up is because there is a mage that has lightning, ice, fire, and air. Like, it has all of the elements.
Right, I'll be right
Let's
back.
make it a grand wedding. Duet, prepare an extravagant gift worthy of my best friend.
Yes, Your Highness.
Hello.
Hello.
Back.
It seems I'm just in time.
Welcome back.
I came to thank you
I added a
and see you
response
off
to
on
the
behalf of the Holy One.
He came. Oh my.
We are the ones who should thank you. Glenbrook and House Wolford shall not forget your kindness.
I'm happy to have seen Hyzant with my own eyes. Till we meet again.
Prince Roland, Lord Serenor, the future of Norzelia is in the hands of the young, those like ourselves. I much look forward to our next meeting.
We have heard much about how all in Hyzant are blessed by the goddess's teachings. And yet, they told us almost nothing of the Roselle.
Back.
Mm-hmm. He's just having a
What
monologue.
sort of lives do they live here? What sort of life did Mother lead?
Is something the matter, Frederica?
Forgive me. I was merely lost in thought.
Thoughts of the Roselle, I presume.
Yes. I wondered what effect it might have on your relations with Hyzant, now that we are to wed.
Right now, our three nations work together, but none can say what the future holds.
Sure, Yuza.
Whatever may occur, know that you will not have to bear it alone. It will be a burden for all of House Wolford to bear, together.
Thank you, Serenoa.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Oh, we're making record pace. We've actually completed a whole chapter in one session.
Good grief.
His diplomatic visit as Lord of the House complete, Serenoa returns to the Wolfort domain. Safely within Glenbrook, Roland and Huette retire to Whitehome in the Crown City. Alas, there is no time for rest in House Wolfort, as Serenoa soon finds himself swept up in preparations for his wedding to Frederica. Dragan, meanwhile, presides over the blasting of a new tunnel at the Grand Norzelian mines.
A new dawn? That means everything is going to be A-okay. I said everything's going to be A-okay. Stop using this creepy music game.
That should be the end of that bothersome bedrock. Investigate it at once.
What in the name of iron?
What is it? Do we require more explosives?
No, Lord Dragan. You best come see for yourself.
I still don't know what's on the other side of that wall, by the way.
Salt would be a good answer.
I'm in chapter 9, and I do not know what's on the other side.
What the? It couldn't be.
But in case if it isn't obvious, it is pretty much the impetus that kicks off this game.
That settles the wedding program, then. We still must decide upon
Impetus
the
is the
wedding
wrong word.
dress, however.
Not we, Benedict. Surely the lady herself must decide.
We put it to a vote!
Well...
Hadn't you mentioned wanting to dress in the Rosellan custom for the ceremony?
Then you'd best ask the Roselle about that. There's a Rosellan village here in the domain. I'm sure they'd make you a dress if you asked.
But what of the other nations in attendance? Surely Hyzant would not look kindly upon it. Lord Simon?
I say this with my own
That you
kindness.
assisted
Get
the
fucked.
Roselle who fled Hyzant during the war, and that you then granted them asylum here.
Aye, that is how the Roselle came to live within our domain.
It was a source of great tension, but in the end, Lord Simon's perseverance prevailed, and a group of Roselle found new homes here. To this day, the Holy State demands they be returned to Hyzant, citing their goddess's teachings as justification.
I say this with, again, kindness.
Run deep.
Get fucked, son.
Nevertheless, it is our duty to protect those who we have sworn to take under our wing. Should you choose to dress in the Rosellan
So here's the deal.
custom, we
We
shall
have
stand
police
behind
power, so
you
therefore
every
go to hell.
step of the way.
Is that so? Then... I see not how I could refuse such a kindness.
I shall accompany you to the village. To tell the truth, I have never been there myself. It would be a good opportunity to get to know them, to strengthen our bonds.
As is your duty, my son.
Rosellan custom it is, then. Let us depart at once to make the request.
Aye, all of us. Ooh, I can't wait to see what they come up with.
A village!
Greetings and welcome, Lord Serenoa and Lady Frederica. My name is Jerome. I bid you welcome on behalf of the Roselle.
Yep. Nope. Spot on. No notes.
And congratulations on your engagement, as well as assuming lordship of your house.
You have my gratitude. We hope you will continue to lend your support to House Wolford.
You have my word. I owe your Lord Father a great debt. Though even were that not the case, you are engaged to one of our own in Lady Frederica. Few things could bring us more joy. We shall make the finest dress you have ever seen.
On that subject, I have one humble request. I would like to incorporate this pendant into the design.
The pendant you are never without.
'Tis one of a kind, left to me by my late mother. She was one of the Rosellan refugees who fled Hyzant during the war and found her way to Esfrost. In a twist of fate, she fell in love with the former Archduke, and thus was I born. In secret, of course. After I was born, she was sent back to Hyzant, where she met her end.
I see why it never leaves you. Pray fashion the dress in this pendant's image.
It shall be done, my lord. Let us delay no further. Lady Frederica, please step inside, that we may take your measurements.
Thank you kindly.
Would you kindly step inside so we could take your measurements?
The measurements may take some time, Lord Serenoa. Perhaps you'd care to take a stroll and see the village while you wait.
I'd very much like that. Thank you.
Okay. Who is this guy? The Elder? We came into this land amidst of the Salt Iron War, despite desperate to escape Hyzant's extraordinary cruelty. Your father then granted us asylum in our hour of need, shielding us from further harm.
I would have done the same.
All right. We have a duty to help those in need. It heartens me to hear that, my lord. We'll never forget all that we owe you. I swear to you we'll do right by your land. Father granted the Roselle asylum in our lands. Though they once hailed from Hyzant, they are now much a part of the Wolfert domain as anyone else. Apparently he learned about... I don't know which one of these are important or not, so I just don't know which one's the voice, right? Apparently he learned about his, the noblesse oblige, right? The noble's obligations.
Ah, yes. The Ben Parker rule.
The what now?
Ben Parker.
Help me out here.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Ah. Oh, right. That kid was, what did the kids say? The kids say, it's no fun staying in the village all the time. I want to go play somewhere else, but mother gets mad at me if I go too far.
That's because you're precious to her.
Aren't you mommy's little shitlin? But I don't want to be in this village forever. Don't despair, my child. Oh. You'll be able to leave the village soon enough, and your mother with you. If you say so, it'd be nice to go on a trip with her once it's safe. I've got good news and bad news.
There will be a war first.
Oh, the bad news is, it'll never be safe.
Well, no, once we wipe out Hasland.
Hmm. The roofs here. Oh, I saw an exam. Or was that just the ladder?
So, I'm going to give you no context for this, but the Peanut Gallery just asked, is Aslan Jesus' persona?
Yeah, you're right. I don't have any context.
Yeah, no, and I'm not giving you any.
Cat! Pet the cat. I have to pet the cat now. So far, I've maintained a 100% cat run. You didn't see any treasure spots that I didn't pick up, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay. And I think it looks like I've talked to everybody. Maybe...
I know
no,
we're coming up on the end, but I will be back in just a minute.
Okay. There was one area. I think there should have been a thing, but I didn't find one. Up here. Alright, well...
Doing a thing.
Yep, I'm going to conclude the exploration. Meanwhile...
Do you understand just how dangerous it is for a young prince to go gallivanting off on a whim?
Punish me if you will. But if I hadn't gone gallivanting, I never would have learned the state of things outside our own kingdom.
Oh? Well, if you are so interested in international affairs, then I have a fitting role for you to play. You will oversee the Grand Norzellian mines.
Father, it would be a privilege.
I fear that punishment would provoke no reflection, and so I would rather put your energies to work for the kingdom.
I shan't let you down, Father.
I am not blind to your feelings, my son. I understand that my methods vex you. Nevertheless, I ask that you stay out of harm's way, and give me no reason to worry.
Of course.
Mining is grueling, thankless work. Show the miners the appreciation they deserve.
I shall. You have my word.
The necessary provisions have been arranged, Your Highness. You are to deliver them to Dragan.
Father, may I bring Lord Wolfort? It is his job to oversee the operation, after all. And his closeness with Dragan may engender goodwill.
I know you trust him a great deal, Roland. But I would remind you that his betrothal now binds him to Esfrost. You would do well to be wary of any move he or his house might make.
So you share Franny's views on the matter. Nevertheless, Serenoa is a friend I could never hope to replace. A friend I trust no matter your opinion of him.
Concerning words, Your Highness, House Wolfort must be subject to the same scrutiny as any other.
Roland.
Okay. Did Sandry return yet or no?
I did just in time to see the king be like, yeah, no, we don't like the loyal house.
You also missed that he put him in charge of the mines, as well as like telling him, yeah, you really shouldn't be going to other nations.
Is that everyone? Good. I have important news for all of you. What you see before you is to be seized by the Duchy of Esfrost.
You shall not speak of this beyond those in present company. Any who do will be punished to the fullest extent of the law.
See, these lines are what makes me think it's not
Lord
salt.
Dragan, are not the resources we mine destined to be shared among nations?
This matter is not up for debate. A discovery of this magnitude could reshape all of Norzelia. And so I ask this of you. Stand with me as I lead this great realm into a new era.
You risk much giving us these orders. I shall do exactly as you say.
I thank you. I have already sent the Archduke a letter informing him of our find. When I am appointed Prime Minister, I promise to reward you all handsomely for delivering me such a boon.
You are to be Prime Minister?
Or Ambassador to Glenbrook, perhaps. Time will tell. Either way, with this I shall make my mark.
Like, this doesn't feel like... If this was salt,
neither father nor
I think they'd be acting different.
True.
What news from Dragan, dear brother?
I never dreamt our hypothesis would prove true.
So you take him at his word?
I have no choice. The spy I sent to shadow him corroborates his report.
The speed?
What are his demands?
He wishes to be named Prime Minister in exchange for secreting it away to Esfrost. Negotiations with Glenbrook are in the offing, should I refuse.
So he means to threaten you?
He is stronger than I believed him to be. Certainly what he has uncovered is worth the price he asks. What would you do, were you me?
Keep the secret safe, naturally. Did you not send a spy for this very reason? Surely expected this would happen.
I did, and they have been issued emergency orders.
Then leave the rest to me. I shall depart at once.
How fortunate I am to have a brother who knows me so well.
So, by the way, those two assholes are brother and sister.
You rued the day you dared place Glenbrook beside
We
me
thought
in the
they were his
scales of
kids,
your
but nope.
feeble
Brother and sister.
I hand down the orders. Yield or be crushed beneath my heel.
See what I said about autocracy?
I wasn't going to sit here and deny it.
Everyone's judged on their merit. No, they're not.
Here we go. I turned the meme team into a courtroom. You're welcome.
Okay.
You'll see what I mean if you look at it.
I'm not going to look at it midstream.
Okay.
The dress measurements are finished at last. I applaud your patience.
Is it exactly as you hoped?
It is indeed. I can hardly wait to see it finished.
I am glad to hear it.
There you are.
I'm here despite my father telling me to not come see you.
Here? We were looking for you.
We inquired around Castle Wolfort and heard you all had come here.
Has something happened?
Father has asked me to keep watch over the mines. Won't you join me?
You scarcely need ask, of course.
A wise course of action, seeing as you will be overseeing the mining operations.
And we can present Dragan with the gifts we procured abroad.
A fine opportunity to get to know the man better. He is quite talented, is he not?
He is a man with grand visions for the future, that much is certain. I shall tell you more of him along the way.
Then let us waste not one moment more. To the mines.
I'll have the dress ready. In time for
I see the
ceremony,
prince
Lord.
yearns for the mines.
You have my thanks, Jerome.
Thus proving everyone is a slave to the ingots.
Serenoa and Frederica journey to the Rosellan village so she may be fitted for her wedding gown. The young lord gains an unexpected moment of quietude while he waits. However, Roland soon arrives with orders from King Regna to inspect the Grand Norzellian mines, where Dragan has made great progress.
Boy, that mine is like right on the border of us and them, isn't it?
It surely is.
I'm sure it's fine.
By the way, we went from one explore section to another explore section. No battle in between.
I mean, as much as we joke that it's a visual novel, it really is a fucking visual novel.
My offer. I should think there's but one logical answer. Should he refuse for some reason, I will need Father's aid.
I thought you were being serious.
I must apprise him of the situation.
Lord Dragan, Prince Roland is here from the Crown City.
And I didn't tell him about the secret stuff. You hear that? I didn't tell him about the secret stuff in the back here.
To what do I owe the honor?
Apologies for the sudden nature of our visit, Dragan. I have come on Father's orders to offer our sincere gratitude, as well as to observe the mining operation.
Splendid! The miners will no doubt be heartened by your Highness's presence.
Does the mining continue apace?
Indeed it does. There are no problems to report.
Especially nothing secretive back here.
Abroad, Lord Serenoa?
It was most enlightening indeed. We even brought something for you. I do hope it's to your liking.
A portrait of the goddess herself, drawn with... Is this dyed salt?
It is. I understand they're used as talismans in Hyzant.
This gift would fetch unfathomable value in the duchy. I cannot thank you enough.
It is enough to see you happy.
I am glad our deliberations were not in
So,
vain.
okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause for a brief moment.
I believe it was
Do you
who
want to
set the
know
futures in the
why
hands of the ardent youth.
it is unfathomable value inside the duchy? Or would you rather that be naturally resolved to you? Because this answer to the why would have been answered if we took the other path.
Let's wait until it gets revealed.
Okay, I think it might be revealed at some point.
Well, if it doesn't get revealed, you'll tell me
We
later.
are of like mind.
If I
Let us
remember.
shape the future together.
Indeed. That future is close at hand. I suspect we will reach across the border and ask for your cooperation in due course.
And I shall gladly assent.
Yes, we eagerly await your offer. Now then, I was thinking I might examine the quarry.
Not back here!
Wait, Your Highness! One of the tunnels caved in but a few days ago. I would advise against entering just now.
Isn't that convenient?
Did you
A
not assure us
cave-in.
moments ago that the mining continues apace?
The miners are working to repair the damage as we speak. It is simply
Yes,
too soon
the
to allow
miner
you
children.
inside.
Was it
Yep.
caused by a blast?
It was, in fact. We were perhaps a bit overzealous in attempting to remove some of the bedrock.
I'd no idea your explosives were so powerful. How do you make them anyway?
Gumption and a lot of
I
tries.
would love to tell you, Your Highness, but I'm afraid we must keep some of our secrets. What I can say is that salt is a vital ingredient.
Oh, salt is a
Surely
vital
you jest.
ingredient for your explodies?
I thought you'd be surprised. I could scarcely believe it myself at first. A gargantuan tome in the archives opened my eyes to the many uses for salt, beyond seasoning our daily dishes. And now I pass what I've learned to you, Lord Serenoa, as a token of my gratitude for your visit.
Or wait, no, that's calcium bicarbonate. Never mind.
A book!
The power of salt.
'Tis a compendium of my research on the uses of salt. I encourage you to peruse it at your leisure.
I most certainly shall. 'Tis a most
He's going
valuable
to get
gift.
salty.
Fascinating indeed. I too would like to read it when you are through, my lord.
I look forward to hearing your impressions.
At any rate, I see the sun hangs low. Shall we save a tour of the mine for the morrow?
Yes, perhaps that would be best.
in the background.
Yes,
But
of
not
course.
this tunnel!
I shall prepare entertainment and lodgings for your party at once.
Not the secret tunnel! Power assault to notes.
Seems like a good place to save. Or not. 'Cause it is 10:59.
Yeah. Alright, and with that, I think we're gonna end it here. I wonder if I can get to the encampment from here. I might level up that one character we didn't bring to get him at least on par with everybody else.
Fair.
Doing one of the side missions, but that's gonna be like an off-stream thing, or if I am lazy, it'll be an on-stream thing at the beginning of the next stream. But either way, actually, like while I'm thinking about it, there is one thing that we probably want to do right now. While I have you here, we have 65 kudos. Oh, and just a reminder, I told you side characters. See, this guy's a side character. Show up in the encampment because they don't show up in any of the story events. They do have their own like story events you can do, and I think it's tied to like the level or the number of times you bring them to missions. So, see, all right, whatever. All right, so what are you thinking? We have critical blow, grant the currently acting unit a guaranteed critical hit.
These are consumables, right?
No, they're not consumables. They are, I think they're one-time ultimates per battle, or they're quietus point ultimates per battle. So right now we currently have 2 quietus points to which you use these ultimates. The second one is restore. It's restored allies HP by 50%, heal their status elements, and restore their lowered stats to normal. And move an ally's turn to directly after your own.
That is good.
Yep.
What's critical blow again?
Guaranteed critical blow.
That's pretty easy to achieve with placement, though.
Yeah, but sometimes a crit will mean the difference between death or not.
I think the ability to change the turn order is probably the most powerful here.
Alright. Purchase kudos. And I think the way it works is we have to give it to a character. I think is the way it works. Under equip accessories, maybe? No. Oh no, I think it's just an ability we can execute in battle. Okay. I'll worry about equipping accessories on my own time. But that's all, while I still had you here.
Alright, in that case, I will catch you later.
Yep.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Take care, Colin.
Okay. Thank you all for watching if you have been. We're calling it here. Do a slight stretch at the end of the stream. Did I earn a 3rd subscriber in the middle of that and it didn't show me that I earned a 3rd subscriber? Sorry for whoever the 3rd subscriber is. For some reason, it's not showing up in my activity feed. Thank you so much for the subscription. Yeah, I just see cheers in here for the stream. Maybe it was what Isa just said, not enough burning of your... No, that's 7 days ago. Well, whatever. Thank you all for watching if you have been. We're calling it here. We will continue with this game next week. Yeah, I don't have much else to say during that. Possibility of stream on Friday. Going to be focusing on getting stuff like probably a single player game. if you're wondering why the board games have stopped, it is because the people I usually play with are a little bit spotty in showing up right now, and that's fine. They have their own work to do. But yeah, I think I'm going to put a single player game during that period, of which I will enjoy my time. Maybe a multiplayer game. It also depends if I can get friends together. So yeah, thank you all for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye!